I like this one. Shut up. Into it? Your eyelashes look so good.
Really? I
They're
feel
so
like
wispy.
falling off.
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Jeff Wiener.
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Jeffrey Dahmer's quote was, "You like to party? Party hardy." I'm not even joking.
I love Matthew McConaughey.
I'm nursing my wrist right now. Hello.
Why do we kind of match right now?
We do. How? In what way? Okay, we have a very exciting podcast today. I'm actually really excited for this one.
I am too.
Because I like quoting other people that aren't me. I quote you all the time. So today we're talking about, you know what? I had a concept idea. Severely overdone. But I was like, you know what? How about we... No, I'm just starting the episode. I asked Steph, I'm like, how about we curate a list of advice from really successful people and share that wisdom?
Share the quotes.
Share the love. Share the wealth. Jeff Wiener, CEO of LinkedIn. I also didn't share these quotes with Steph, so she's like surprised as well.
Yeah, I am.
This is pretty normal, but his quote of advice was, "I could do anything I set my mind to." And the backstory of that was, he said his dad told him that like a really, really long time ago, but he never like listened. Like it never like rang true to him. But then in his later years, he sat with himself and he's like, that was the quote that I wanted to use today because it's true. Like I set my mind to something and I did it. And it's the smallest thing. Like that's why I wanted to start with it, because it's the smallest thing. But literally success is as easy as setting your mind to something. Like making it known that this is what I want to do and this is who I want to be and going after it. It's simple. Like it actually is.
It is that simple. And I think that actually reminds me, I could be wrong, but I swear I was listening. I swear it was the Psychology of Money author who was talking about
Morgan probably has good quotes too.
He has a lot of good quotes. I think it was him, and I think this is a story. I could be butchering this. If not, then this is just a motivational hypothetical. But I think this is true. But even Jeffrey Bezos with Amazon.
Yeah.
Like,
Jeffrey Bezos. That's so formal.
Why did I say the full government name?
Jeffrey Bezos?
It's because we were talking about Jeffrey Dahmer.
And Jeff Wiener. Jeffrey Bezos?
Is his full name Jeffrey?
I was going to let you sit with it. I was going to let you cook. But then I was like, I couldn't.
We said too many Jeffs and Jeffreys there. Jeff Bezos.
No, stick with Jeffrey. I like that. Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. I'm pretty sure his story was that he took, like, I think his family gave him money and he risked this money on opening this up because he really believed in it and he really put his mind to it, and it was kind of it is that simple.
Yeah.
And obviously there's certain risks that some people are willing to take and some are a little bit higher than others.
Yeah.
And the author of The Psychology of Money was saying obviously this was a big risk because not everyone would be comfortable putting up, their family's money on the line versus just their own. But he believed so much in creating this company and that he was going to do anything to make it successful, and there was no other option. And now you see it, and he's literally a billionaire.
Yeah.
Anyways, it goes back to the quote of just it is that simple. And
just
if you set your mind to something, like you just commit to it. I was watching a motivational speech by Matthew McConaughey, and he has so many quotes. His voice, so soothing. We love.
I love that man.
One of his pieces of advice was that we reflect so much when we're down and just like in the dumps kind of thing. We're always like, oh, how did we get here? What happened? What did I do that was wrong? And that's obviously good to reflect in that time. But he was saying when things are good, reflect. When things are going well, that's when you look and say, what's happening in my life that's consistent?
Yeah.
And what's happening in my life that is causing me to be in this good position right now. And keep doing that and be mindful of it, because when you do have a bad day or have a bad week or go through a bad time, you are a little bit more aware of what might have changed to have led to that. And being very grateful and being able to say, okay, this is what's happening in my life that's causing this good. I'm going to make it a priority to keep at that thing.
Yeah. You need the bad to kind of appreciate the good too. Like you need to like really just like every single moment, like that's what drives you is the bad, the rejection, the failure. That's what drives you. Like everyone's so scared to fail, but it's like if you don't fail, you'll actually never succeed.
No, and that's something that he was also saying. It's like when you fail, own it, mend it, and grow from it.
Good. I like that.
And side note, but it relates to emotions too. It's like people are so scared to feel sad or have heartbreak or just be upset about something. But how are you going to feel like happiness and joy and the good feelings without the lows?
And it's also inevitable.
Yeah, exactly. You can't avoid it.
So this person is the chief digital officer at NBC News, Vivian Schiller. She said, "You're never as good as your best review and never as bad as your worst." I like that one because it's true. It's like you can't get too cocky, but you also can't get too down on your luck because it's like you are somewhere in the middle of everything. There's always going to be someone who's better than you and someone who's worse than you. You fall in the middle of both. So like you can't like I have another quote as well, but it's like it kind of resonates to that. But I really like that because it's like whenever you read a good review, it's like you're like so up. You're so up. You're like, "Oh yeah, I'm him. I'm him." Like, you know what I mean? Then you read a bad one and you're like, "I'm never doing this again." Like
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? But it's like you have to have that balance of you can see a good review, you can see a bad review, and you can still trust who you are.
I was gonna say, I think it's also a reminder to filter out that noise, that
Yeah.
extra background noise of other people's opinions on you.
Yeah.
If you have all these people hyping you up, yeah, it feels good, but like you said, you can't get too cocky.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, if people are constantly talking smack about you,
Yeah.
you just have to tune it out. You have to know who you are. Really, just focus in on that.
Yeah, exactly. So that was my quote.
What was the quote that related to that one?
Entrepreneurial project leader at Yahoo. Always cultivate a beginner's mind because in a beginner's mind, the possibilities are endless. In an expert's mind, the possibilities are few. I thought that was good because, again, it's like if you get too cocky where you claim you're an expert, you think there's no room to grow because you've already made it. You don't want to like start over because to you that's like a failure to you. That's like a wound on your pride because you're like, oh, I've made it though. But if you look at everything with fresh new eyes as like this wander of like, how far can this take me? You have a beginner's mind. You have so much left, so much progress to be completed. You know what I'm saying? Like you are not at your finish line. But if you look at things with this cocky kind of like attitude, it's like, well, no, I don't need to learn from anyone. You know what I mean?
Most successful people, I feel like if you ask, will say they're constantly trying to learn, they're constantly trying to grow, and
Yeah.
they're reading self-help books and they're learning new hobbies because they understand, even though they've gotten to the point where they wanted to be, there's
Yeah.
still growth, there's still more to life where there's more that they want to achieve in
Yeah.
life. So they never stay stagnant. And I think that relates to that other quote that you have too.
I'll read this one too. This is the CEO of Zillow. Always hire people who are even better than you. You have to try to be comfortable enough with your own position that you hire people beneath you who are extraordinary.
And that's exactly like that quote that everyone always talks about, you know, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room.
No.
You don't, like, what's
If you're
that?
the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you being the smartest person in the room is doing what? Like, boosting your
Boosting
ego
your ego.
for 24 hours?
Essentially.
Like,
Yeah, literally.
Versus being in a room where you're constantly learning from
Yeah.
people. And again, being able to realize just because somebody may be in a lower position than you doesn't mean that you can't learn from them.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that they have more to offer to you or to others.
Exactly. And the best of the best still has a lot to learn.
Mhm.
Like neuroscientists, Harvard psychologists, there's still so much information out there that they have not learned. Your brain literally cannot store all of the information that the world has to offer. So you are not an expert of anything. No one is.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like be open to finding out new discoveries about life.
And it makes you more interesting.
It does. The more knowledge you have, it makes you more interesting for sure. And that willingness to like open up.
And it makes you connect with more people. Another thing that he had said was sometimes it's not even about the choices we make, but it's about just making a damn choice, commit, and dive in. And he also said you might not know what you want, but knowing what you don't want is a leverage. And I think that honestly resonates with me personally a lot because I feel like I always struggle to commit to a choice sometimes because I'm always worried about making the perfect choice.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I've been really working on this year is just giving my all to the things that I'm most interested in and knowing that what I don't want in life and just driving myself in that. I remember having a conversation with you like a year ago saying, I don't know what I'm doing and I need to figure out my future and I need to really weigh in, but it's difficult because it's not that I don't have the drive or I don't have the want or the desire or the passion. It's that I don't know I don't know where I want to go.
It's putting your ambition in a certain place.
Exactly.
You don't know where to place it. Yeah.
And from that, I just kind of had this realization where it's like, okay, well, I know what I don't want and I know the things I'm interested in. So I'm going to give my all into those and kind of let life figure it out. But I'm going to put the work in and the effort in and eventually like it'll figure itself out as long as I'm constantly making that effort, as long as I'm constantly putting in that effort and doing something about it versus just waiting for the right path to fall into my lap, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And take every single instance as an opportunity. Like anything, even a mistake, even a failure can be taken as an opportunity. And like honestly, I think the biggest the biggest issue and the biggest halt in success is fear, because people see an opportunity and they don't take it because they're like, they just get in their head about it. They get anxious. They're like, I'm not going to go anywhere with this. Like, so many other people are doing this. Like, how can I do this? And then that's just a fear. It's not reality. Like, that's your own fear talking to you and talking down to you.
And then you see in, 2 years from now, somebody say, oh, I didn't think I could do it because this, but I didn't. It still worked out. And you're like, oh, I had that same thought, but I didn't.
It's that consistency. Like, you have to stay consistent. Okay, Brad Smith, president.
Okay, Brad Smith.
This is what he says. Choosing the right job was not a sudden lightning bolt of realization. Nor was it, for most of us, something we knew we wanted to do since we were kids. Rather, it was a process of trial and error, a voyage of discovery. Opportunity. That's exactly what we were talking about. Then I have...
But it's crazy, too, because if you really think about all the quotes that we're saying from, multiple...
Million-dollar companies, billion-dollar companies.
Yeah, and all these CEOs, a lot of the quotes are kind of the same. Like, they kind of all, like, give you the same... general consensus of like, you just have to put the work in and hustle and try your best.
Yeah, literally.
And just keep moving forward and just do it. And just, it is that simple. The exact quote that you started this podcast episode, I feel like is the umbrella
literally.
Of all these other quotes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna save the best for last because I really like that one. But this one is the chairman of Sequoia Capital.
Okay.
Michael Moritz. I know him.
Personally.
Follow your instincts shouldn't be confused with trust your gut, ignore reality, or go for glory. The rough translation is do your homework well, analyze things carefully, assess the options, but eventually trust your judgment and have the courage of your convictions, even if they're unpopular.
That's a big one.
What it's saying, it's not like you have a good feeling about something, but you still have to put work into it. It's like, oh yeah, I want my dream body. You can't wish that into existence. You can't manifest you get skinnier. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. Like, you have to fucking put in the work. Like, pardon my French. But, like, you know what I mean?
Pardon.
I'm like, wait. You want to go get baguettes? No, but, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can trust your instincts all you want. Like, you can trust the direction that's telling you. Don't listen to your fear. But also, you can't just, like, be like, okay, I did one thing. I'm going to sit back and wait for it to unfold. Like, no, this is consistency. This is, like, you have to literally put in your blood, sweat, and tears into something to make it happen. Like, it does happen where you can get viral overnight or you can, like, your product can get sold, whatever. But that's a fucking rarity. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you can't rely on that.
No, exactly. So,
yes, you have to listen to your gut, but I think a lot of times everyone wants to say they're so intuitive. Like, it's difficult to try to decipher, is this my gut telling me to do this, or am I just feeling anxious about the situation and I feel off? Being consistent and just working towards something. Obviously, again, you want to listen to your gut, but sometimes you don't know what your gut's telling you because sometimes you don't know if it's your gut or you're just your anxiety.
Why are you intuitive? Experience. Experience is consistency. Consistent in the same situation. Like, you have to stay consistent in life. Like, that's how you get somewhere. And if you want to be an intuitive person, you got to pay attention. Naomi Simpson, founder of Red Balloon. Are you ready?
Yeah.
If it's meant to be, it's up to me.
Okay. If it's your calling, keep calling.
I like that one.
I like that one too.
It's true. Like, there's not much to say. If you want a condensed version of what we're saying, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. Literally, no excuse. I like that one.
That was actually something else that when I was watching that video with Matthew McConaughey, he was talking about we're so stuck in this victim mentality of just the world owes us something. Stop, get your head out of your ass kind of thing.
Everyone wants to blame other people. That was actually a quote that I saw of a CEO that said that. Like, you need to take, what is it? Hold on. I think I wrote it down.
You need to take responsibility.
If you're willing to take the blame when you deserve it, people will give you the responsibility. Thought that was good.
Being a victim is getting you nowhere, and honestly, because everyone's a victim nowadays, nobody sympathizes with you.
No. Also, you just look weak. Like, you look like you can't handle anything. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like, and like this whole like riding on emotions, riding on these you will have very high highs and very low lows no matter how successful you are. Like, and my next quote is by Jordy Leeser, co-founder of Stella Service. The harder you work, the luckier you get. Yeah. That is true. That is true because you are showing the world, I want this, and I'm going to show you how bad I want it. But that's not to say you are gonna avoid any sort of hardships. You will go through shit.
You can try to do something over and over and over and over again. You might fail 100 times, but even if you're successful 5 times, that's 5 times more than what you would have had if you didn't try at all. So I think, yeah, you get luckier the more you try because it's bound to happen. At some point, something's going to work out.
Yeah.
But obviously, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be hardships and that there's not going to be failure after failure after failure.
Also, do you not think, like, a painter draws a perfect circle every single time they draw a circle? Obviously they don't, like, you know what I mean? That's why they have erasers.
And
like,
so many CEOs and, you know, billionaires, I feel like, started so many different ventures and companies that just failed or didn't work out, and that didn't stop them. That didn't work. Okay, it's not like it's never gonna work out. Let me just change it, tweak it, work on the next thing.
Exactly. Like, you just have to just put in 100% of what you're doing and just, like, keep on doing it. Like, it's that consistency, right?
Yeah. Also, one of my own quotes is,
I was gonna say that. I was gonna ask you, what's one of your quotes?
I would say, is just always putting yourself out there to allow the opportunities to come in the sense of always be prepared for anybody you're gonna meet.
Yeah.
Like, always be dressed to impress, no matter where you're going.
You do carry that. You do carry that.
No matter where you're going, you never know who you're gonna meet.
I wish you guys could see how I'm dressed right now.
They can see. But 2, never turn down an opportunity.
No.
Even if it's something you're not really interested in. There's a situation where, like, I literally just went to the mall and I literally walked into a store and got asked to do an interview on the spot because of how I was dressed and how I looked.
Exactly.
And I said to them, I said, I'm not looking for a job, but I'd be open to a conversation because even if that nothing came from that, you never know what connection you're going to make. You never know your network. Because honestly, nowadays, it doesn't matter it does matter your qualifications, but the most important thing is who you know.
Exactly.
So
networking,
always don't think, oh, you know, I can screw this person over because how's that going to affect me in the long run? I can just, you know, bulldoze through people because it's never going to affect me. We live in a very, very small world.
We do.
Like, you never know what's going to come back to bite you in the ass. And something that, you know, somebody you talked to 5 years ago, you might bump into them in a new job 6 years from now, 7 years, 8 years, and they might remember you from being so kind to them that they want to help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. Always put your best foot forward. I wrote down, if you never try, you never know, right?
Yeah.
But practice patience, like the same thing. Like, I literally wrote that down of, like, I had a conversation with my partner the other day because he was like, I just want it now. Like, I just want it now. I'm like, well, unfortunately, life doesn't work like that. Like, you have to practice patience. Resilience is the most important thing in growing a business. Like, you have, even if it looks like it's failing and it's dwindling, you can't give up. And, like, I don't know, I was telling Steph how I saw this, okay, I'm going to preface it by saying, like, I'm not saying don't ever, like, sleep. Don't ever, like, chill. Don't ever, like, give yourself a day where you can just be like, I'm successful and I know it and I can afford to give myself a day off. You need to give yourself rest days. It's like the gym. Like, if you keep on going and going and going, your body's not a machine. Like, you're going to burn out. You are going to be sore for weeks. Like, you need to give yourself a rest. But, like, for example, with me, like, growing my business, like, it was a dream of mine to do what I do. And because I've got that, I feel like I can't give up. I feel like if I take one rest day of not doing anything, I'm like, but what are you doing, Mar? Like, why? Like, you wanted this, so you can't afford to give yourself a rest day. And I'm like, I can though, because I worked so hard to get here. You know what I mean? You can't afford to slack anywhere, but you can't afford to slack in the beginning of all things when you're trying to grow yourself. Practice resilience. Like, do what you need to do and keep doing it. Keep showing up. Put your best foot forward.
Put your best foot forward.
And this is my favorite.
I also, going off of that story, something else he said was, don't aim at the target, aim on the other side. I like that quote because it's like, exceed your own expectations.
Yeah, because, like, there's a thing with a lot of athletes use this box jumping and this is actually how because I'm, like, no vertical, like, whatsoever. And I was with a friend of mine who was, like, very heavily invested in the gym, and she told me, like, no, anybody can box jump, which is true. Like, even you and me, we box jump before. And I said, it's too tall. Like, I can't do that. And then she said, always picture the box higher than it is. And you're going to land every time. And I did. And we did. And we did it. Case in point. I like this quote. The founder of Rubicon Consulting. He really ate with this. Feed the eagles and starve the turkeys. Have you heard that one?
No.
Okay. I even took a screenshot of what he said. Feed the eagles There are only a few things that matter. Know what they are and place your energy into them. They aren't always right in front of you, so you need to look up and out more. Starve the turkeys. Lots of things are right in front of you, pecking around, making noise, and demanding attention. Because they are right in front of you, it's easy to pay attention to them most and first. Ignore them. They will actually do fine without you. I liked
like
that.
that.
I liked that analogy because I'm like, that's so true. Like, whenever, like, the things that you want are practically blind to you
Yeah.
all the time. Like, you can kind of see it in a distance, but you will never see it clear as day. You can see your bed lazing around in there clear as day. The gym isn't in your house. Like, you know what I mean? It's far away, but you know that's where you need to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, your dream of whatever you want. You want to be a real estate agent. You want to sell 3, 4, 5 homes a month or like a year or whatever. That's so possible. Like, you need to focus on that because it's so easy to be like, well, I'll just do a few leases here and there, you know what I mean? And then like, I'll still make money. No, that's this. You want this. And like Harvey Specter said, life's like this.
I'm up here.
I want this. Or I like this.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you want to aim for. That's why I really liked that.
Hi, Jonah.
Come in here. Aww.
This is gonna get cut out. I know it.
No.
No,
Keep
I'm
it in.
mad.
Keep it in. Anyway, yeah. So, anyway,
Yeah, no, going off of that too, I was just going to add and say you want to have your clear big goals,
Yeah.
but you need to really hone in on the smaller goals.
Yeah.
Because obviously, again, same thing with that. It's like, you know, you want to be an author. Okay, what does that mean? What
Yeah.
kind of goals do you have? You want to be a real estate agent. Okay, what does that mean? Yeah, you want to sell $1 million homes consistently. Okay, but break that down month by month,
exactly.
week by week, day by day. What does that
You
look
need
like?
to do that. And like, again, it's like priorities. I think that's the biggest thing is like priorities. Like, I was telling Steph, I released a book and I'm like, I wanted to do a book release because I always do book releases for my books. But I'm like, look, I want something more. And it was a nice gym opened up near me. And I was like, it's about the same as much as bottle service that I would have gotten. And so I said, I am going to switch that and I'm going to put whatever money I was going to use for my book release, drinking a night of fun, to a 3-month membership at this really, really nice gym because that's 3 months of me working on myself versus one night of me having fun.
And then feeling like shit the next
Yeah,
day.
and I can afford to have fun. I do have fun, but I'm saying choices, priorities. Like, this is what I want, this is who I want to be, and this is what I'm going to strive to do. Like, starve the turkeys, feed, what is it, the eagles? Is that what it said?
Feed the eagles, you said?
Yeah, feed the eagles and starve the turkeys. It's exactly what that means. It's like, list your priorities, man, because honestly, those fun and games, those nights out, that drinking, that choice will always be presented to you. But you're in your prime right now. Live your prime. Like, live it to the fullest, you know?
Absolutely. I think too, I wanted to add, well, actually, this isn't the one I was trying to find, but I don't know who said this quote, but I have this written down in my notes. When you focus on problems, you'll have more problems. When you focus on possibility, you'll have more opportunity.
Nice.
I like that one.
I like that one.
Just shifting your mindset.
Who said that?
I don't know. It's probably a famous quote. I liked this quote. I don't know who said it. I saw Thomas Erickson post it. I don't know if he said this or it was somebody else. A cat that wants to be a lion must control his appetite for rats. Meaning, you know, let go of the smaller things that don't matter if you have larger goals.
Exactly. That's a really good quote to end on.
And I remember writing my thoughts on it, and it's basically like also just letting go of old habits that hold back that growth that you have in the progress.
Absolutely. And it's so much easier. Like,
can't create greatness with mediocre habits.
Exactly. And like, the easiest path will be the most desirable. You have to go against the grain, like shaving. No, but I want to end off on this quote because it's short and sweet, but it's true. This person, CEO of MSL Group, be brave, imaginative, and decent. Obviously, like, we talk a lot about you got to be a hustler. You got to like keep grinding. You got to be a good person. Like, good people. I know it doesn't seem that way with the circumstances of the world, but honestly, good people do get good things. And like, if you are decent and you are honorable, you command respect. Like, it's true. Like, you will be a successful person if you are a decent, driven, hardworking individual.
Absolutely.
You know, because being decent also takes discipline. Like, I don't think a lot of people really talk about that. Being a good person is actually a choice too. Like, being presented with so many opportunities to do bad things and say bad things and just be angry with the world. Like, it is so easy to do that, but you have to be a decent human being in order to be successful.
Absolutely.
Like,
I always say angry is a easy emotion to feel.
exactly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I feel
Yeah, I
like
hope it was motivating.
like this
a
is
little bit.
lots of, I didn't want to get like celebrities because I feel like you hear all of them all the time. I wanted
Yeah.
to get like actual CEOs of companies that have like really worked their way up there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
I'm motivated.
And we'll see you guys. We're going to the gym, but we'll see you guys next week.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Bye.